The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording. I needed to find a 4-digit number. It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster. The poster advertised the 1975 Stockholm Music Festival, headlined by a group called the Hairy Lobsters. It was a pretty flamboyant-looking clock. The frame containing pressed flowers. Henri sure liked his clutter. I didn't imagine Henri as a musician. Henri sure had his quirks. The telephone was an antique rotary model. The handset looked greasy. The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day. It was hard to tell if the lava lamp was retro or just plain old. The trinkets, the junk, the instruments. Henri was kind of a hippie at heart. Henri's notice board was covered with all kinds of junk. The phone was vintage. There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. Huh. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form. I had no reason to search the desk again. The phone was vintage. I had no reason to... The statue was jaunty. Up close and personal, I could see that the fig leaf was hinged. Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I was fairly sure that even Henri wouldn't be silly enough to keep it hidden in the office. The sofa had clearly taken some punishment over the years. It looked like Henri had saved the best booze for the back room. A naked lady stared at me seductively. Henri may have been a hippie, but a hippie with plenty of disposable income. I had no reason to search the desk again. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble. There I was, looking at the exhibition. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. That shot must have been before anyone else arrived at the gallery. Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it.
Sabi oh. Baikkan, barusan kita lanjut konsentrasi. Sudah berasa
The most
mau
striking
pakai
aspect of
CCTV-nya.
the painting was a snake eating its own tail.
Kita cek ada apa di CCTV.
The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him. The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malédiction from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take. The moment it all went horribly wrong. The most striking aspect of the painting. Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. Why hadn't Henri backed down? The killer making his getaway. A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful. A logo on... The painting was gone. The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting, but it had been sabotaged. I wondered who could have done that. Maybe Lane, or even Henri himself. Or perhaps even Vera's security, who'd installed the system. The alarm should have... There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious. That was me, fiddling with the alarm.
Okay, that was me. Hitting with the alarm.
I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera.
Si Joshnya ternyata narsis juga ya.
Not my best angle.
Oh, best angel katanya.
Not my best angle.
Angle.
That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CCTV.
Good enough.
I knew it'd be wrong to leave the room without checking it thoroughly.
Oke, berarti masih ada yang belum kecek. Kita cari dulu.
The phone was vintage. In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business, but now I knew where he lived.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
Sama si Pak Polisi. Headshot. Oh, Kita orang jujur ngomong apa adanya aja.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur. Monsieur.
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain from the robbery.
Well, no. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance works.
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course. But I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation.
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh? Pal? Monsieur, you are American, no?
Biasa
Yeah,
kalau di
California
jam
born and bred.
begini tuh pasti
Of
suka ada
course.
polisi yang
I
so tau
think
begitu deh.
perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky
Jadinya
and
kayak gitu
Butch,
deh.
monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
I had some valuable leads. But before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days.
Udah diusir dari galeri,
Nobody
bos.
is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Two coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it.
Small cup and black coffee.
You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. La maledicción.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it. The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find.
Okay.
Well, the priest thinks La Malediccio is evil.
Charles, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. but there's something strange going on. I found the address of the security company Henri employed. It was not the one that I recommended.
Good luck with your investigations. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Josh,
Yeah?
it's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico,
Nico back
in
in
my
my
life.
life. Oke. Kita lanjut kemana dulu ya? Kesini dulu yuk.
As I approached Henri's apartment, I started to doubt whether coming here so soon after his death was such a great idea. Unsurprisingly, the front door was locked.
Yes. Who is it?
Excuse me, madame. This is George Stobart. Could I talk to you?
George, what?
George Stobart, madame. I'm from the insurance company.
For God's sake, did they have all this? I don't want to buy insurance.
No, I'm not selling, madame. It's about the gallery theft.
Oh, I see. You people move fast, don't you? This isn't a good time. I am so distraught.
Madame, Right. Now that hadn't achieved much. I decided not to call her again quite so soon.
Oke. Kita biarkan istrinya Henry sendiri dulu. Kita cari tempat lain.
The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera's security. Phone covers, cassettes, all sorts. The stall was a myriad of retro kitsch. Bottle stoppers, keychains, musical cards. Phone covers, cassettes, all sorts. Hi, I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for Vera's security.
Yes, of course. It's the shop behind you.
Thank you. The name's George, by the way.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me, but I'm in no mood to talk. I have a resounding headache.
Bad migraine, eh?
Hmm.
The
Migraine
worst.
menyiksa saudara
Buzzing
saudara.
and flashing from the old sign is killing me. I thought the neon sign had potential until it broke.
Is it your sign?
No, the previous owners used to be a restaurant. But this is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall and giving me a splitting headache.
You want me to try fixing that sign for you?
Do you know what you're doing?
I'm very good at fixing things.
George mah bisa
Then please do.
semuanya.
I'm no good at electricals. Marketing analysis and predicting trends is more my thing.
Do you have any use for nail clippers?
No.
Kalau gini tuh namanya usil.
Smell this.
Oof. At least it's the real thing.
Bassam had already told me where Vera's security was.
Oke George. Kita perbaiki dulu neon sign saudara-saudara.
I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing. I pulled the wire off. Well, That was one way to stop the letters flashing. Now only half the sign was illuminated.
Dapat kabar terus ini tak apain.
Aha. That seemed like a good name. Hey, Bassam, how about this?
Nggak sama
I know
sih
it's not
sebenarnya.
your name, but
Aladdin. Very cool. That's a terrific name for my store. Hits every one of my USPs.
Yang penting dia suka.
glad you like it.
You're a genius, George. Let me know if I can do anything for you.
I decided to leave it as it was. Bassam seemed happy.
Dia
Aha, Mr.
tanya-tanya.
Stobart. What can I do for you?
I really like your new sign.
It's magnificent. I owe you one.
What do you think?
I'm over the moon, George. Thanks to you, I can now sell my retro cavalcade of musical cards, brushes, souvenirs. And you know what they say, happy sellers make happy shoppers.
So what are you selling?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. I sell all those things you can't get anywhere else in Paris.
Like...
English biscuits, Turkish delight, French cassettes, Brazilian Betamax videos.
I decided to keep the wire. If Bassam knew how flimsy the sign was, he wouldn't be happy. Phone covers, cassettes, all sorts. Phone covers, cassettes, all sorts.
Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
Bassam had all... So, what else are you selling?
Stop by now and then. You'll be surprised.
No kidding?
Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
So, what else are you selling?
Anything retro, George. The past's the future. And you know what they say? He who controls the past controls the future. Aha.
Do you have any use...
Nail clippers?
Yeah, I like that. I better hang on to him. He struck me as more of an aftershave. Vera's security. I was going to get some answers there. I hoped.
Help!
What's wrong?
There's a monster
What? Where?
on the floor. Get rid of it.
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach. Help!
Hello, I'm...
Cockroach! I see the little beggar.
Come here, little fella. There were crumbs on the floor. No wonder the cockroach was sticking around. I was never going to catch it with my bare hands.
So,
Romanov's, a Russian brand cigarette. The pack was empty. A crumpled cigarette pack. As a child, I'd always been told not to play with matches, but I never could resist. The ashtray was full of cigarette butts. The filters were gold-colored, very exotic.
Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
Do you happen to know a good way to catch a cockroach?
To be honest, George, I'm better at questions on balancing budgets within a liberal economic framework. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest you trap it? And please, whatever you do, don't squish it.
Why's that?
The entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort. Then I think add this.
Rich tea. What's that, a cookie?
The perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish.
I'll give it a try.
Glad to help.
Do you know anything about Vera's security over there?
Not really. I haven't been here long, but neither have they by the looks of it.
Why do you say that?
Rush setup, new sign, low investment, and no customers except for you.
Thank you for the cookie.
You're very welcome.
I'd made a great home for a little critter. I needed to set the trap down somewhere and wait for my friend to make his move. I set down my clever trap. Now, all I had to do was wait. I needed to wait for the cockroach to get closer to the trap. Gotcha!
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cockroaches.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Ah, easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up.
What can I do for you?
There's been a theft at Le Lizard Bleu. A painting's been stolen.
Shame. Still, I'm sure you'll get over it.
I believe your company set up the security.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
Didn't.
Did.
I've got all day.
But I didn't. Do these clippers look familiar?
Yes. I mean, no. Why should they look familiar?
Do you recognize it?
Oof! That would take the hair off your legs. I had a boss who wore that. Know what I mean?
It says here that Vera was hired to do the security at the gallery. Didn't do a very good job, did you?
Where did you get that?
At the gallery?
That job was signed off. You can't say we were to blame.
I was getting a bad feeling. The place looked like a front, and the only person there wasn't helping. Maybe the office itself could give me more information.
Are you done? Only I want to listen to this next race. No thanks.
I caught the cockroach. Look, isn't he a sweetie?
Ah! Keep it away from me!
I've got a cookie.
Those dry things are disgusting.
I've got some matches.
Yes, I saw you pick them up. Keep them. I can't afford to smoke anymore.
Thanks.
Hands off, mister.
Can I just have a look?
Certainly not. That book is very private. Look, do you mind not touching the office equipment?
Annette's peripheral vision was, quite simply, astounding.
Do you mind? I'm listening to the race.
Annette was watching me like a hawk. Nope, I needed to try something else. The Vera phone. All expenses had been spared.
Hello, Vera Security. We make you secure.
That would be pointless.
Wrong number again. Damn nuisance calls.
I wanted to see what secrets the book might contain. There was a photo. Of course, I grabbed it.
What can I do for you?
Are you betting on a horse?
No, I just like hearing the sound of hooves.
Oh, well, that's unusual.
Don't be an idiot. I got 50 euros on Lucky Break.
Ah, well, I hope you win.
So do I, Sherry. So do I.
Recognize this?
Hey, that's my photo.
That's you with Lane, I believe.
So, what if it is?
Misterius.
What is he to you?
Ternyata cewek ini
Oh,
ada sama
my
si
actor.
Lane.
That's what he is. My little actor.
Yeah, I thought you said you had nothing to do with the gallery.
Look, here's how it is. I've only been here a few weeks. I had nothing to do with that gallery job. I just delivered the paperwork.
So, who's the manager before you?
I don't know. She just one day didn't come in for work. I shouldn't be talking to you. The boss told me to keep my mouth shut.
The boss. Have you got his number or address?
No, I've forgotten it. I mean, I never knew it.
Annette, a serious crime has been committed. You're in a lot of trouble.
I had nothing to do with it. Look, I need this job. I need the money. Anyway, it's only a silly old painting. No one got hurt.
The gallery owner was shot.
Badly?
Yeah, he's pretty dead.
Oh.
This is a murder investigation. Now,
Oh,
who's your
gitu
boss?
aja dia.
I don't know.
Yes, yes.
Honest. He
Siapa?
faxes me if he wants anything.
He. Who's he?
I've never seen him, never met him. Don't make trouble for poor Annette.
Thanks. I was pretty sure Annette had told me all she was going to. She sounded scared. Time to put the thumb screws on Lane, and I knew just how. Time to confront Lane. The gallery was sealed off. The place looked empty. Lane wasn't exactly easy to miss, and it looked like he wasn't around. Hi.
Monsieur,
I'm looking for Mr. Lane. Has he been here?
ah yes, monsieur, he came by earlier. Told me he was off to console Henri's widow. I hope she's out.
Oke, baik, kita ke apartemennya si Henry.
So Lane was consoling the widow. What a big heart that guy had.
Hello?
This is George Stobart. May I come up?
I'm sorry, this is a very inconvenient time. Come back later.
I know that's you, Mr. Lane. I need to talk to you. Mr. Lane, does the name Annette mean anything to you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I need to talk to Madame Dubois.
I'm sure it can wait.
Mm-hmm. If you don't let me in, I'll tell the police about your interesting connection to the security company.
All right then. Come up, but make it brief.
Oke, masukin dulu ya. Kita tinggal naik ke atas. Thank you.